Sejumlah aparat kepolisian, anggota BRIMOB, dan anggota TNI AL yang sebagian bersenjata lengkap berjaga-jaga di sebuah rumah di Kelurahan Kandang, Kecamatan Kampung Melayu, Kota Bengkulu. Pasalnya baru saja sejumlah orang menggeruduk rumah itu dan melampiaskan amarah mereka dengan merusak rumah serta perabotan yang ada. Mereka emosi karena anak pemilik rumah diduga membunuh dua anak tetangganya yang masih berusia 8 dan 9 tahun hanya karena ketahuan memancing di kolam ikan tersangka. Mereka juga tak puas hanya anak pemilik rumah yang ditetapkan jadi tersangka. Pihak kepolisian minta warga menahan diri dan tidak terpancing dengan isu serta berita yang tidak benar dalam kasus ini.
Polisi tidak ada kepentingan apapun dalam mengungkap kasus ini. Kepentingan kita adalah menegakkan hukum dengan setegak-tegaknya.
Polisi juga menyayangkan aksi perusakan rumah tersangka karena berpotensi.
In many countries, especially where javelin crime rates are rising, debates have emerged about lowering the age of criminal responsibility. Some urge that treating minors as adults in legal proceedings will deter youth crime and deliver justice for victims. However, this essay argues against lowering the age of criminal responsibility, emphasizing the children's right for cognitive maturity and that rehabilitation, not punishment, shall be prioritized. Mostly scientific research show that minor brains, particularly areas responsible for impulse control and moral judgment, are not fully developed. Lowering the criminal age inherits developmental facts and risks punishing children who may not fully grasp the consequence of their action. For example, in 2018, a case in the Philippines involved a 12-year-old boy used by criminals hiding cats for drug trafficking. Rather than punishing the boy, authorities recognized he was exploited and needed protection, not imprisonment. Secondly, harsh treatment of minors in the criminal justice system often leads to high rates of revolting. Studies from countries like the United States show that javelin tried and incarcerated as adults are more likely to commit further crimes. Upon release, rehabilitation programs tailored to minors are far more effective in reducing youth crime rates. Moreover, international human rights standards, including the United Nations Convention of the Rights of the Child, or CRC, advocate for a separate justice system for minors that focus on their integration into society rather than on punitive measures.
Some proponents argue that lowering the age of criminal responsibility will ensure the minors who commit serious crime, like murder or robbery, face appropriate penalty. However, real-world accidents show that minors involved in violent acts are of victims themselves of poverty, abuse, or corruption. For instance, the tragic case of a 13-year-old involved in a stabbing accident in the UK, relevant a background of domestic violence and neglect. Addressing the root cause through social support and education is more effective than imposing adult penalty on children.
In conclusion, while youth involvement in serious crime is deeply concerning, lowering the age of criminal responsibility is unjust and counterproductive. Children require rehabilitation and support system tailored to their unique developmental needs. Training, education, family intervention, and community program offer a far more sustainable solution for preventing javelin crime and protecting society.